Gordhan was in Parliament to clear his name. This after Tlhakudi lodged an impropriety complaint against Gordhan over the SAA deal in October last year. But Gordhan says the complaint was triggered by misconduct charges that Tlhakudi faced. Amongst the allegations, Tlhakudi charged that the deal was undervalued by between 7 and 15 billion rand, an allegation Gordhan dismissed. Gordhan says the national carrier needed a strategic equity partner that could provide 3 billion rand operating cash or it faced liquidation. He explained that the valuation of SAA was done during COVID-19 pandemic, which would differ if one were to value the national carrier now.
There's what is called a going concern valuation that is being done again, and we'll have results in the next few weeks. And that says what is the value of the business as it is now. Of course, the big difference between the past and the present is that in the past, SAA was flat on the ground. In the present, SAA is flying. And so there are different values that the business will have.
The new valuation will also consider the SAA asset value.
The second type of valuation is the evaluation of the various assets, including the landing slots, the properties, etc. And that, in that instance, a new set of valuations have been done, and they are about to be concluded in terms of confirming that particular value. What is still to be decided is how much of those assets, or how many of those assets, Takatso intends to retain, and which of those assets Takatso does not intend to retain. Those assets which Takatso does not intend to retain, it will then continue to belong to the state, and the state can do with those assets whatever it wishes. Those assets that Takatso will retain will be paid for.
But MPs wanted to know how government reached the 3 billion price tag when the entire valuation process was not complete.
We were not satisfied with the responses in terms of the amounts. The 3 billion and 51 rands and 3 billion. And what's the actual value. And we discussed this matter to a point where the committee felt that we need to renegotiate.
Then if these valuation processes are still work in progress, how was this amount, the value of 3 billion rands then determined? Because it means the whole thing is incomplete. Then how did we arrive at 3 billion rands?
Gordhan, however, stuck to his guns, saying this was the best deal.
Is this the best deal? This deal is the best that we know of. And as I pointed out at the beginning, even now, given the fiscal constraints that the state has, which I think escapes us from time to time, liquidation could be a possibility down the line. So the SEP is still the best proposition.
The shareholder agreement between government and Takatso Consortium is expected to be signed by the end of the year. Meanwhile, the committee will deliberate next week on whether it recommends an inquiry into the SAA deal or not. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.